So if you want to work on your jazz lines and if you want to play great lines, there are two things that you can do. One thing is that you think about what you're doing, right? So you understand the chords and the arpeggios, you know which notes you're playing. You understand music theory, and that's very important. But on the other hand, and you can do that at the same time, it's really important that you immerse yourself into the jazz world, listen to a lot of jazz music, and just play stuff that really sounds jazzy. So today I'm going to show you 10 licks that I wrote on a 2-5-1 in major. Over the A minor, I'm playing a C major arpeggio. If you're playing a C major arpeggio or a C major chord, that gives you the 9. And then landing on the F sharp, that's the 3 of the D7. Going back to the G major via the 7 to the 3. In this line I'm using some enclosures. First of all, I'm playing enclosure for the C. The C is the minor third of the A minor 7 chord. You can play it like this on one string, but in this case I'm playing it like this. And then already starting the next enclosure. That's the enclosure of the F sharp, the major third of the D7. So playing thirds really helps hear the chords a lot, and then also it's a very good place for using chromatic approaches. I'm playing it all in this position, and then I'm playing this little thing here on the D7. It could also be like this. So it's just a chromatic bridge, if you want, between the major third and the 5. So this is a G major arpeggio, enclosure of the major third, playing the B minor 7 arpeggio. Again, the arpeggio on the 3rd degree of the chord, giving me the 9. Playing the G major arpeggio. And then ending on the E. That's the 6 of the G major chord, and I really like that sound. You can add it on top of a G major chord, but you can also play a G6 chord. This line starts with an F major 7 arpeggio, again giving me the 9, right? And then just descending. And then the E goes to the E flat. And in my mind I'm going to the altered scale. It's sort of a little motive. On the sharp 11, and this one goes to the 9 of the C. And this is just like an E minor 7 arpeggio again. So this is one of the favorite things that I do on a dominant 7th chord. So first on the D minor I'm playing an F major arpeggio again. Again this arpeggio on the 3rd degree. Just I'm playing an arpeggio that keeps on stacking thirds, right? We all very often end on the 3, but you can actually keep on stacking 9, 11, 13, and many horn players also practice arpeggios like this. So I have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then I'm using the tritone substitute for the G7, and I'm playing an arpeggio. So it's D flat 7 arpeggio, right? And the 9, ending on the 5, and that leads very well into the 5 of the C major, right? Because it's chromatic. So I'm playing sort of a sequence, but I'm ending it here with a 6. That's nice to end a line with a wide interval. So I'm starting on the 9 again with the F major 7 arpeggio. Then I'm playing an enclosure for the F, that's the flat 7 of the G7. The flat 7th or the 7th and the 3s, really always very good notes to target, right? Then a G7 arpeggio. And then I morph the G7 into an augmented chord. Right, that's the shape. And then I'm just picking the shape. And then the E flat goes to the D. The D is the 9 of the C. Playing the E minor 7, the arpeggio on the 3rd degree again. And then I'm choosing an A and a B to end the phrase, right? Like just some sort of a voice leading that you would do in a chord, right? You can do that in a line of chords as well. The line starts on the 11 of the A minor chord, and it's just A Dorian, and then the D7 comes around, flat 9, sharp 9, that's so typical on a dominant chord, flat 6 or 13, 7, flat 7, sharp 11 and 3rd. So it's the altered scale if you want to. But those 2 last notes, the sharp 11 and the major 3rd, already function as an enclosure for the next note. The G, right? Again an arpeggio that goes up to the 9 and back to the arpeggio. There's another G major arpeggio. And then it ends surprisingly on the C sharp, sharp 11. I really like that sound, it's very fresh. So in my head I'm playing a D half diminished and I'm playing the F melodic minor scale. Ending on the C, connecting to the G7 again, like right, the flat 7 going to the 3. Using the altered scale, G altered, so that's A flat minor. And then going to the G on the C, sort of a sequence. That can go on forever, right? exploring some triad pairs. On the D minor 7, I'm thinking F and G, and I'm playing them in inversions, right? Starting on the lowest note from the F, going to the lowest note of the next triad, that would be the G, then the F in inversion, A, C, F, G again. So I'm basically always alternating between those two chords, and now I'm on the G. I want to have an altered sound, so I picked the D flat and the E flat triad, D flat triad, E flat triad, and now I'm on the C. I'm picking a C triad and a D triad, which is really cool, and ending on the 9. In this line, I'm having sort of a disguised guideline. I am starting on the 9, going to the flat 13 of the G7 chord and to the 9 of the C major chord. So all the voice leading stuff that you have in your chord progression, you always can apply them to a line as well, right? So I'm playing basically 9. All the notes stem from the D Doran scale, going to the altered scale. I'm trying to sort of stay true to this motive, this melody, going to the 9. So this line sounds very fresh because I'm using a triplet. Some triplets in between are really cool. And also I'm thinking about a C major 7/9 arpeggio again, starting on the 3. And then I'm thinking about the D halftone whole-tone scale on the D7, going to an A flat triad. So sort of it's an organic line because there's again sort of a melody, right? So this melody make this line kind of organic, right? I'm always trying to reference the stuff that I just have been playing, trying to listen to myself and do something with what I just played. If you like this video, you might also like this videos where I'm exploring 10 ways of practicing Chopin's chord progressions. And if you have any questions, please just write them down in the comment sections, and I see you next week. Bye!